fire systems. You know, here at the channel, we've reviewed a lot of different fire systems, from lighters and tinders and fire steels over the last couple years. And honestly, in this video, I just want to talk about sticking with what works. You know, it seems like every year some company's trying to produce some new thing, obviously to sell product, and I totally get that. But there comes a point where it's like, you know what? This works for me, and this has consistently worked for me, so I'm just gonna stick with it. So that's what I wanna talk about today. I'd show you my little fire kit. This goes with me everywhere. I build multiple of these for not only my bug out bags, my survival kits, but also just my day hike kits and my backpacking kits. So that's really what we're gonna be looking at here today, is just the contents. These are the things that I've been using for years and just stick with me and are just consistent. So sticking with what works is kind of the concept of this video, and I believe if you go with this system right here, you would be set and very happy and would be able to basically start a fire under almost any conditions. So let's go ahead, open this thing up, and just show you what I have and what has been consistently working for me for the long haul. So once we take our Husky pouch, I dump this out. These are the contents of my fire kits, and these are just what work. This is what stays consistent and sticking with what I know and what works. So we're gonna look here at the Tinder option first, particularly this option over here. This is Trioxane. This is a military grade fire starter, and out of all of the fire starters that we've tested here at the channel that I've used, this is by far the most capable. It's rather inexpensive. You can usually pick them up on eBay or Amazon. I'll have as many links below that I can offer to you guys. And one of these pouches, now this is about the size of a $1/2. This one in the back is about the size of like a small granola bar in width, and then it's about a 1/4 inch thick. And the dime size, or excuse me, the coin size one can easily start 1 to 2 fires. The bigger one can start about 3 fires, and it's literally impossible for it to not start. I mean, even with a spark, it just launches, boom, it's good. It comes in a watertight aluminum container, and that's what kind of holds it all together, so that, you know, if it were to rain, I were to drop it in the river, whatever, I'm on a rafting trip, this is going to stay totally fine. The military issues it, and it is fantastic. You'd have to be a ding dong not to be able to get that material lit immediately with like 1 or 2 strikes from your ferro rod, and it burns for a good period of time. Even wet material will get cooking, and really helps out a lot when you are kind of in that emergency situation. You just need to get that fire going. That is the best fire tinder that I've found to date on the market. Now, if I'm not in a really big rush, or I know I got good, you know, tinder around me, maybe I made a feather stick or 2, or there's, you know, a lot of dry grass or something, I do use this little orange container over here. You can pick these up at Walmart for about $1. They even have a little ferro rod on the back bottom end, which is a joke, but it will throw some very tiny sparks. But you can either use it to hold matches, but I use it just to hold some cotton balls. So I stick about 4 to 5 cotton balls in there. It is waterproof. I've tested it out before. It's got a little O-ring on it, weighs nothing, and I'll just usually use a cotton ball if I'm not in a big rush, or if I'm, you know, if it's not raining on me, or, you know, water conditions are an issue, you know, or something like that. I'll just pull out a cotton ball, tear it apart a little bit, and then light it, and it usually works, you know, right out of the gate, and then I don't have to use my Trioxane. If I'm having difficulty or all of my material is wet, then that's usually when I go to the Trioxane, and that is when I bust that out. But that's just a great way to carry some cotton balls. You could use other tinders if you wanted to, but cotton balls are cheap. You can dip them in Vaseline. That helps with the waterproof, and even, you know, help them to light. And it's just a simple, cheap, waterproof way to carry a spare set of tinder that's basically cost nothing. A cotton ball, I mean, how much is that? Less than a penny? Now, I did a review a while ago on the UCO survival matches. These things are awesome. They light up right away. They, you know, just boom, and nothing will basically put them out for the extent of time that they burn, you know, about 10 to 15 seconds to give you a big, large flame. There is space for an extra cotton ball on the top lid. Does come with a striker on the outside and a spare striker on the inside, and it is waterproof as well. So I got those really good survival, stormproof, if you will, waterproof matches. a Bic lighter. I mean, come on. I mean, you know, yes, we need to practice with our matches, we need to practice with our fire steels, but at the end of the day, you know, I mean, just throw a lighter on there, bam, and 99% of the time, a Bic lighter is going to get the job done. You know, practice with the other materials, but there's nothing wrong with using a Bic lighter. I just carry a mini one with me. You know, when it starts to run low and I can hear it, you know, the fluid sloshing around there, I'll swap it out. But no sense trying to go with some super, you know, $50 lighter out there, you know, that will work under all conditions. If you want to do that, you can. I just don't see the need for it, and I just stick with a mini Bic lighter. And finally, the Swedish-made Light My Fire fire steels are the way to go. You just pick the size that works for you. This is the most upgraded, best version in my opinion. It has the biggest handle, has the best, most comfortable striker. This is, I believe, the Light My Fire Army 2.0. It's a 12,000 strike version. This will run you about 15 bucks on Amazon. It just works, and as an extra bonus, it has a little spare emergency whistle on the back, that I have found. I've done many different ferro rods. This is the one that just launches the easiest amount of sparks, and just huge sparks with 90-degree spines with the striker itself. It always works with my Leatherman. And just launches and launches those sparks. So that to me has always been, you know, until something else comes along, which I highly doubt anytime soon, the Light My Fire steels, and again, you just pick the size that you need and the design you like, are the way to go when you're picking out your fire steels, in my opinion. So folks, there you have it. I hope that this video has just shown you, in my opinion, what I'm sticking with and really what is consistent in my fire kits. You know, that doesn't mean that we'll necessarily not try out other, you know, tinders and fire steels and lighters and, you know, different things down the line. But I have yet to, out of all of those, you know, and every year it seems again like I'm testing something else out and trying something else out, but I always just come back to this. I'm like, man, it just doesn't work like this system right here. So yeah, that's my 2 cents, guys. I really hope it's kind of helped you out with thinking through your fire systems and how you would be building that and the items to put in there. And these things have been around for a long, long time. The items I've shown you, you know, they're nothing new, they're nothing trendy, and that's okay because they work. So I want to emphasize on that. They work time after time after time. I just keep coming back to these. So as always, guys, I want to thank you so much for checking out the channel. Again, I hope this has helped you out with your fire systems and building your fire systems. Check us out on all the relevant social media. Links are in the description below. Please subscribe, comment, like, share this video. And as always, remember, stay equipped, stay prepared. We'll see you out there.